Good morning and welcome to No Sleeves Garage. Today is going to be a special edition. We'll call it No Wheels Garage. We're going to take a little cruise through beautiful Marco Island on a Robalo R180. So this is a center console boat. It's got a 150 Yamaha on it. This is a sport fishing boat, so we've got rod holders everywhere. Also does have a live fish well, which is currently just holding tarps and so forth. But this is a pretty neat little boat. Seating is about 7, realistically. There's the Passport, which did fantastic job towing down here. Fuel economy probably not the best. Also in the Robalo here we do have tucked under some of our life jackets and covers and so forth is a head. So pretty neat. Wouldn't recommend it unless you have to, but definitely pretty neat. So we're gonna get this thing launched. Daddy-O here's gonna get me on out to the boat ramp, and I'm gonna give you a tour of the Marco River and Collier Bay and some of the little canals and channels back here, and yeah, should be a fun little ride. So see you soon. Get our Garmin GPS sea navigation going, and yeah, we are trucking along. All right. Gonna let this GPS fire up, figure out where we are, but we are leaving the Collier Blvd. I should know this by now. Either way, the Collier Boat Ramp, which just recently reopened here on Marco Island, right outside of the Isle of Capri. And man, this place is nice. This is really nice. So yeah, I'll check in a second. We are coming up into the Marco River. We are in a slow speed minimum wake zone. This is a pretty manatee heavy area, as you run into in so many places within Florida. And you know, ultimately the hard part is manatees are amazing, beautiful creatures. I love them. They are probably my favorite animal. But they are not fast in any way, shape, or form. So because of which, you know, it's a lot easier for boats to just keep it slow. Let's save the manatees. They're a huge part of the Florida aquatic landscape. So I'm trying to run you through the windshield, that way if we do pick up some speed, it's not overly windy, and you might actually be able to hear what I'm saying, assuming you want to. But we are trucking along. I couldn't have asked for a nicer morning to come do this. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a little windy, you'll see some chop, but really just couldn't ask for a nicer day. This is beautiful. I'm gonna point out some of the things that I know, at least being a visitor here and not a resident. I don't know quite as much, but I'm learning. I come back here a lot. This is quickly becoming my favorite place to be. Gonna be a good day. We'll put it that way. What's great is once we get to the other side of the bridge, we'll be able to open her up for a second. As you can see, kind of right off our 12 o'clock here, that is the Marco Island Yacht Club, and there are a lot of folks in the Marco Island Yacht Club with some absolutely beautiful boats. Got a barge coming through this way, so I'm gonna keep to the right. Got a whole bunch of gull butts here waiting just to poop on me is what I feel like. Speed minimum wake within 300 feet of the bridge, so we are going to make our way outside of 300 feet, and we are going to push all 150 horsepower of this Yamaha Marine outboard, and we're just going to see what this baby will do today. Like I said, it is a little choppy. In Marco, it is pretty common to get some wind, for those of you who have not been here. Marco Island is off of the southwest coast of Naples. It is basically the furthest south on the west side of Florida that you can go before you hit the Everglades. The amazing part is the temperature is super consistent. There's always a pretty good breeze. It's at least 10 to 15 miles an hour. So current temperature outside is 80 degrees, but with the breeze, it feels about 75 or so, kind of the right place that you want to be in. All right, we are outside of the no wake restriction, so we're gonna let her rip. Right now we're running about 4,400 RPMs, which in current conditions is right about 30 miles an hour. And oh, it's a beautiful day for a boat ride, let me tell you. Oh man, I love this. I miss this. So it's like coming home, and I'm pretty excited about that. Off to my right, I noticed this in February and it still hasn't gone anywhere. We've got a sailboat that seems to have beached itself, if you will. I know there's a more nautical term, but I can't think of what it is, so I'm gonna go with beach. It'll come to me. Thank you, neurodivergence. We are back into a minimum wake zone, or minimal wake zone. So we are off to our left here. Let me just steer you that way. Is my favorite restaurant on the island, which is the Snook Inn. You might recognize the hat. So Snook Inn, Marco Island, is also their Instagram handle. If you are a seafood fan, everything that I've had there is fantastic. I do highly recommend the ahi tuna nachos. There's also certain days a week that they do a all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Drinks are good. There's pretty much always live music. They are right on the water, and it is, well, it's just a good time. So I would definitely encourage swinging out to Snook Inn. I am hoping, it is a little rough this morning, but hoping that maybe, just maybe, we'll get a dolphin sighting as we hit the kind of the inlet of the Marco River at the Collier Bay. Had some really, really incredible dolphin activity some of the other times that I've been out here, and it's really cool. It's a sight to see. It's great when they're overly playful, and yeah. We are coming down through the Marco River. This is a minimal wake zone. Obviously, if you know the area, you know just on the other side of this is the Gulf. So it can get a little rough out here. They say minimum wake, not no wake, because ultimately you try and go at true idle speeds and no wake, you're probably getting pushed back against the current, depending on the time of day. I don't have my tide calendar with me, but just looking at the rocks and everything, we are probably about 2 hours outside of high tide. Not sure whether that was on the front end or the back end, so it's either coming up or going down. As we get into low tide, that's generally when you get a lot of dolphin activity, because, well, right now where we are is 29 feet deep. You lose, in places, 5-6 feet with the tide, and because of which they're a little bit more active. The fish have a little bit less place to go. Collier Bay, which is where we're going to go in just a minute, half of it becomes from a sandbar to a quick beach. So it's definitely a unique experience. Also, down here, off to our left in an area that we can't see yet, is the tail end of beautiful Tiger Tail Beach. Arguably one of the most beautiful beaches on the Gulf. Definitely one of the most beautiful beaches in South Florida, and South Florida has some incredible beaches. So, Tiger Tail Beach is a white sand beach. It's about 2.5 miles long, give or take. And the easiest way to get there is generally by boat. You can get there off of Collier Road and walk it, but that is a long walk on a white sand beach. But it is absolutely beautiful. Generally, during days like today, I would imagine you will see a lot of boats like this one just docked out. People bring their chairs, play some music, just kind of hang out. So, really an incredible experience. If you do anything in Marco, I would encourage you to go to Tiger Tail Beach. It is just a gorgeous day back here. We're coming into Collier Bay, and really, as we come along here, hoping to see some sea life activity. Like I said, it is a little windy, it's a little rough, but it is a beautiful day. Coming very close up to high tide, so I think it's a good place to be. One of my favorite things to do while I'm down here is look at some of the boat names. There's some pretty unique boats down here, or at least names. There's one called Cavity Search that has a picture of a tooth on it, I'm pretty sure. I was told that was owned by a local dentist. I saw one called Social Distancing. It's about right. When you're on the boat, that's really what you want to do too, is just get away from everyone. So it's one of the things that I love about boating. We do have some houses here that are coming up, going up. Man, I was just here in June, and this one that they're framing out right now, it wasn't even started. This white one here, or the white one that you just saw a moment ago, I don't want to necessarily invade anyone's privacy, didn't even have windows in it, but the concrete was poured. It looked very much like the one to the other side of it. So construction is definitely going strong here in Marco. We do have some absolutely beautiful houses that are right up here on the water. Some really neat ornate pools too. I'm honestly a little bit jealous. Over here is the Collier Bay. I mentioned previously, Collier Bay is kind of a big sandbar right in the middle there. You'll see some light spots, because of which that is a don't take your boat through here kind of zone. When low tide comes along, most of that sand is actually exposed. Besides cars and boats, architecture is my other passion. I always wanted to be an architect, but I never had the patience for the math. So one of my favorite things to do in Marco is just come down and look at all the houses. Just absolutely beautiful architecture. You've got a lot of old Spanish style, some Italian Mediterranean, and it's very unique. It's very Floridian, so you generally do have a lot of bright colors. Being in a hurricane zone, pretty much everything is concrete stucco to help it withstand the storm, but some really neat pools. Honestly, just really neat place. I guess while I've got your attention, I'll give you the update on the Passport. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning. The Passport did fantastic with the tow. We took 75 down, so a little bit less extreme hills than we were dealing with the Explorer coming back the West Virginia Turnpike, but definitely a lot more hills. So overall, fuel economy wasn't fantastic. We did 13 miles per gallon, but the Passport felt much more planted. It felt much more stable. It really felt pretty good. So yeah, we had a good trek. We made it down. I didn't fully calculate the time, but it was about 20 hours, give or take. We did have to stop to fuel either 6 or 7 times, so the small fuel tank definitely didn't help. I say small, it's either a 19 or 20 gallon tank. Our average tank when it was saying we were low was 18, but really the Passport did very well. I found it incredibly comfortable, and when Blanche the Avalanche gives out, I would be open to the idea of doing another Honda Ridgeline. I liked my last one, but when I had the opportunity to get Blanche, I had always wanted an Avalanche. I do like the extra space that I get with the midgate when I need it. But the truth of the matter is, she's got 245,000 miles, and I'm gonna try and keep her going as long as I can, but rust is starting to creep up, so I gotta do a little work on some rust mitigation, or at least try to stop it from rusting through in the driver's side front and rear doors. Realistically, I think I've shown you just about everything that I can show you without becoming repetitive of this little trek of Marco Island, but I do highly recommend, if you get a chance to come down here, come check it out. It's a great place. If you're loud and drunk and so forth, maybe don't come down here, but if you need a nice place to relax, please do. We're just gonna play out this little trek for a little bit longer, maybe, we'll see. But please like, subscribe, do all of the things. Leave me comments. Let me know, what it is that you think. Let me know what you'd like to know more about. Let me know what you'd like to see me drive next. I'm making some calls, I'm sending some emails, I'm working some things, but not exactly sure as to how all of that is panning out at the moment. So right now I'm at the grace of friends and family, and probably rental car companies if nothing else comes along.